Kali Linux is a Debian-based Linux distribution known for penetration testing, security research, and reverse engineering. Now, by default, there are a lot of useful tools that are pre-installed, which is good for both development and pen testing. This distro is not made for general users and is primarily intended for students, web developers, and programmers. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to install the official Kali Linux operating system on Raspberry Pi 5, which provides a desktop class experience. Let's get started. To set up Kali and transform your Raspberry Pi 5 into a full-fledged desktop computer, you will need specific accessories. Now, these include a high-speed SD card for booting the operating system, a 27-watt OEM power supply, an HDMI mini to standard HDMI male cable for connecting to the monitor, a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, and an active CPU cooler for sustained performance. I'm using the official CPU cooler, which operates silently. Now keep in mind that to run Kali Linux smoothly on Raspberry Pi 5, you need at least 4 GB RAM variant. You can also use an external SSD for USB boot. It's time to flash an operating system on the SD card. Now this process requires a Windows, Linux, or Mac OS computer. Then connect the SD card or external SSD to the computer and install the Raspberry Pi imager. Open the software, select the device as Raspberry Pi 5, choose OS, then click the other specific purpose OS, select Kali Linux, and choose Raspberry Pi 5 64-bit. Then click on the storage device, choose SD card, and flash the OS. After flashing, remove the SD card and reconnect it to the computer. You will find a system boot folder that has been mounted. Inside this partition, locate the config.txt file. Using this file, you can overclock the Raspberry Pi 5 by adding specific arguments. If you are using an external SSD for USB boot without the official 27-watt power supply, add a specific line to remove the USB current limit. This way, Raspberry Pi 5 will boot Kali from an external SSD connected to USB 3 port without requiring an official power supply. If using an SD card, this line is not needed. Now remove the SD card from the computer and insert it into your Raspberry Pi 5. Connect additional hardware such as HDMI for display and a Bluetooth dongle for wireless keyboard and mouse. Then turn on the Raspberry Pi 5. Now in a few seconds, you will see a Kali Linux login page on your monitor. This is a pre-configured build image and you don't have to set up anything. Now by default, the username and password is Kali, all in lowercase. That's it. Now we have successfully installed Kali 64-bit on Raspberry Pi 5. Kali Linux 2023 for Raspberry Pi 5 comes with XFCE 4.18 and introduces new features including kernel 6.1, new tools in Kali, and more. It turns your Raspberry Pi 5 into a full-fledged desktop computer. You can use this distro for programming and penetration testing and more. The first thing to do after installing Kali on Raspberry Pi 5 is to connect to the Wi-Fi network. Then open the terminal and type this command to update the packages. Once it's done, reboot the system. Now let's install VS Code. Open Firefox and visit the VS Code website. Click on the down arrow icon. Choose Other Downloads under the Linux section. Choose Deb ARM64. Download the VS Code. Then open a terminal, navigate to the Downloads directory, and install the VS Code by running the following command. The VS Code has been installed. This powerful text editor allows you to write program and edit the script files. It's time to talk about the Kali Linux user experience. But thanks to the developers, Kali is highly optimized for Raspberry Pi 5 and it runs without any hiccups. When it comes to video playback, Raspberry Pi 5 can smoothly play 1080p YouTube videos without any major frame drops. Unfortunately, it cannot play 4K videos and the playback is a bit laggy. Now, apart from that, I installed some desktop applications like GIMP and Krita, and the experience was very good. Overall, I would say this small form factor single board computer runs Kali Linux operating system and turns your Raspberry Pi 5 into a mini computer. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. This is been KSK Rao. I will see you in the next one.